Hello and welcome to today's lesson on cyber liability insurance. In our increasingly digital world, businesses and individuals face the risk of cyber threats such as data breaches, hacking, and cyber attacks. These can have devastating consequences, including financial loss, legal liabilities, and damage to reputation. In this lesson, we will explore what cyber liability insurance is, how it can protect against cyber risks, and what factors to consider when selecting a policy. We'll also discuss the benefits and limitations of cyber liability insurance, as well as the potential costs involved. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a better understanding of cyber liability insurance and how it can help mitigate the risks of cyber threats. Let's get started. What is cyber liability? Cyber liability refers to the legal and financial responsibility that businesses and individuals may face in the event of a data breach, hacking, or other cyber attack. It involves the potential costs and damages that can result from a cyber incident, such as lost income, legal fees, notification costs, and damage to reputation. Cyber liability can arise from a variety of sources, including theft or loss of confidential information, network or website downtime, and malware attacks. As cyber threats continue to increase in frequency and complexity, the potential costs and risks of cyber liability have become a significant concern for businesses and individuals alike. To mitigate the risks of cyber liability, many companies and individuals opt to purchase cyber liability insurance. This type of insurance can provide coverage for various cyber risks, including data breaches, network failures, and cyber extortion. Cyber liability insurance can help protect against the financial and reputational damages that can result from a cyber incident, and can provide peace of mind knowing that you have coverage in the event of a cyber attack. Examples of data breaches that led to cyber liability. There have been many high-profile data breaches in recent years that have led to significant financial and reputational damage for the affected organizations. Here are a few examples of data breaches that have led to cyber liability. 1. In 2017, one of the largest credit reporting agencies in the U.S. experienced a massive data breach that exposed the personal and financial information of millions of consumers. They faced numerous lawsuits and regulatory fines as a result of the breach, and ultimately settled for over $1 billion in damages. 2. In 2013, a major U.S. retailer suffered a data breach that exposed the personal and financial information of over 40 million customers. They faced significant costs associated with investigation, remediation, and legal fees, as well as damage to its reputation. 3. In 2018, one of the largest hotel chains in the world suffered a data breach that exposed the personal information of up to 500 million guests. They faced numerous lawsuits and regulatory fines as a result of the breach, and estimated that the total cost of the breach could be up to $600 million. 4. In 2019, a major U.S. financial institution suffered a data breach that exposed the personal and financial information of over 100 million customers. The company faced significant costs associated with investigation, remediation, and legal fees, as well as damage to its reputation. These examples illustrate the significant financial and reputational damage that can result from a data breach, and the importance of having cyber liability insurance to help mitigate these risks. What does cyber liability insurance cover? Cyber liability insurance is a type of insurance that provides coverage for businesses or individuals in the event of a data breach, cyber attack, or other cyber-related incident. This type of insurance can help protect against losses and liabilities resulting from cyber attacks or data breaches, including the costs associated with legal fees, investigations, and notifying affected individuals. Cyber liability insurance typically covers a variety of expenses, such as 1. Investigation and remediation costs. This can include costs associated with identifying the source and extent of the cyber attack or data breach, as well as any steps needed to mitigate further damage. 2. Notification and credit monitoring costs. This can include costs associated with notifying affected individuals or organizations of the breach, as well as offering credit monitoring services to those affected. 3. Legal and regulatory fees. This can include costs associated with defending against any legal claims or regulatory fines resulting from the breach. 4. Business interruption losses. This can include losses resulting from the interruption of normal business operations due to the breach. It's important to note that cyber liability insurance policies can vary in their coverage and exclusions, so it's important to carefully review the policy terms and conditions to ensure that it provides the appropriate level of coverage for your specific needs. Who needs cyber liability insurance? Any individual or organization that handles sensitive or confidential data, including personal or financial information, may benefit from purchasing cyber liability insurance. This can include 1. Small businesses. Small businesses are often the target of cyber attacks, as they may not have the resources to implement robust cybersecurity measures. Cyber liability insurance can help protect small businesses against the financial and reputational damage that can result from a data breach or cyber attack. 2. Healthcare providers. Healthcare providers handle large amounts of sensitive personal and medical information, making them a prime target for cyber attacks. Cyber liability insurance can help protect against the costs associated with data breaches or other cyber incidents. 3. Financial institutions. Financial institutions handle large amounts of financial information, making them a target for cyber attacks. Cyber liability insurance can help protect against the costs associated with data breaches or other cyber incidents. 4. Online retailers. Online retailers collect and store customer payment information, making them a target for cyber attacks. Cyber liability insurance can help protect against the costs associated with data breaches or other cyber incidents. 5. Any organization that relies on technology. Any organization that relies heavily on technology, such as cloud-based software, mobile devices, or internet-connected devices, may benefit from cyber liability insurance. Ultimately, the decision to purchase cyber liability insurance will depend on the individual or organization's risk tolerance and the potential financial impact of a cyber incident. It's important to conduct a risk assessment and review the organization's cybersecurity measures before making a decision about purchasing cyber liability insurance. How does cyber liability work? Cyber liability insurance works by providing coverage for losses and liabilities resulting from a cyber incident, such as a data breach or cyber attack. The specifics of how cyber liability insurance works can vary depending on the policy and the individual or organization's needs. Here are some general steps involved in the process. 1. The policy is purchased. An individual or organization purchases a cyber liability insurance policy from an insurance provider. The policy will specify the type and level of coverage provided, as well as any exclusions or limitations. 2. A cyber incident occurs. A cyber incident occurs, such as a data breach or cyber attack, resulting in losses or liabilities for the individual or organization. 3. The incident is reported. The individual or organization reports the cyber incident to their insurance provider, as specified in the policy terms and conditions. 4. The claim is evaluated. The insurance provider evaluates the claim to determine if it is covered by the policy. This may involve an investigation to determine the cause and extent of the cyber incident. 5. Compensation is provided. If the claim is covered by the policy, the insurance provider will provide compensation to the individual or organization for their losses and liabilities, up to the policy limits. This can include coverage for costs such as investigation and remediation, legal and regulatory fees, notification and credit monitoring, and business interruption losses. It's important to note that the specifics of how cyber liability insurance works can vary depending on the policy and the individual or organization's needs. It's important to carefully review the policy terms and conditions to understand what is covered and excluded before purchasing cyber liability insurance. Sections of cyber liability insurance. The specific sections of a cyber liability insurance policy can vary depending on the insurance provider and the policy's coverage, but here are some common sections that are often included. 1. First-party coverage. This section of the policy covers the losses and expenses incurred by the policyholder as a result of a cyber incident. This can include costs such as investigation and remediation, business interruption losses, and costs associated with notification credit monitoring of affected individuals. 2. Third-party coverage. This section of the policy covers claims and damages made against the policyholder by third parties as a result of a cyber incident. This can include claims for data privacy violations, regulatory fines and penalties, and lawsuits from affected individuals. 3. Network security liability coverage. This section of the policy covers claims and damages made against the policyholder for security failures or breaches that result in damage to third-party systems or data. 4. Media liability coverage. This section of the policy covers claims and damages made against the policyholder for infringement of intellectual property rights, such as copyright, trademark, or trade secret violations, related to electronic media content. 5. Cyber extortion coverage. This section of the policy covers the costs associated with responding to and resolving a cyber extortion threat, such as ransomware attacks. 6. Crisis management and public relations coverage. This section of the policy covers the costs associated with managing a public relations crisis in the wake of a cyber incident, such as hiring a public relations firm or engaging in reputation management. It's important to carefully review the policy's terms and conditions to understand the specific coverage provided and any exclusions or limitations that may apply. Advantages of cyber liability insurance. There are several advantages of having cyber liability insurance, including 1. Financial protection. Cyber liability insurance provides financial protection in the event of a cyber incident, such as a data breach or cyber attack. The policy can cover the costs associated with investigation, remediation, and legal fees, as well as any damages or settlements resulting from third-party claims. 2. Risk management. Cyber liability insurance can help organizations identify and mitigate their cyber risk by providing risk management resources, such as risk assessments, training, and best practices. 3. Compliance. Cyber liability insurance can help organizations meet their compliance obligations, such as those related to data protection and privacy laws, by providing coverage for fines and penalties resulting from non-compliance. 4. Reputation management. Cyber liability insurance can help organizations manage their reputation in the wake of a cyber incident by providing coverage for crisis management and public relations expenses. 5. Peace of mind. Cyber liability insurance provides peace of mind knowing that the organization is protected in the event of a cyber incident, which can reduce stress and anxiety associated with cyber risk. Overall, cyber liability insurance is an important tool for managing cyber risk and protecting organizations from the financial and reputational damage that can result from a cyber incident. In conclusion, the lesson on cyber liability insurance highlights the importance of protecting against cyber risks and the potential costs and damages that can result from a cyber incident. It emphasizes the need for businesses and individuals to consider cyber liability insurance as a means of mitigating the risks of cyber threats. The lesson provides an overview of what cyber liability insurance is, what it covers, and what factors to consider when selecting a policy. It also discusses the benefits and limitations of cyber liability insurance, as well as the potential costs involved. Overall, the lesson emphasizes the importance of taking proactive measures to protect against cyber risks, such as implementing cybersecurity protocols and investing in cyber liability insurance. By taking these steps, businesses and individuals can help safeguard against the financial and reputational damages that can result from a cyber attack, and ensure their long-term viability in our increasingly digital world. We trust that this video has been able to define cyber liability and enlighten you on the need for this insurance. Kindly like and comment. We will be back with a video on employers' liability insurance. One of the most common liability policies.